So we're going to talk about free motion, and I can tell that I have the free motion engaged because I see the O foot. I've also increased my top tension because I did a little stitching on a quilt sandwich, and I could tell that my top tension was too loose and I needed to increase the top tension. It doesn't matter what stitch length you have, because when you're doing the free motion on your domestic machine, you are actually determining what the stitch length is going to be, and that is true for all domestic machines unless you have a stitch regulator on it. I can go into settings and adjust my presser foot height if I want to, but I've already checked it and it seems to be fine for the thickness of the sandwich I have. Let's look over here under the needle, and one of the things that I want to do is show you the open toe foot. It's a hopping foot, and you notice that there's a bar, and that bar will move against the needle bar, and it's nice because it actually gives you a nicer looking stitch. There are two different feet that came with your machine in addition to this. One is a closed toe foot, and the other one is an echo foot. It's a clear foot, and you would need to have your adapter to put it on. I like to use a slider with this, and normally I would be using, either have the machine down in a cabinet or I would have my extension table on. But you're going to have some resistance against the machine bed, so it helps to have the slider in place. So the first thing you want to do when you're doing free motion is you want to pull your bobbin thread up. So to do that, lower your presser foot, needle down, needle up, and pull your bobbin thread up. I'm using a white thread so you may not see it. Normally I would wear quilting gloves, but to be honest with you, I cannot find them. And so we're going to do this without my quilting gloves. You would want to place your hands close on either side of the needle, and normally what I like to do is to take a couple of stitches to lock those stitches in place, and then I can cut my threads. Let me do that. Otherwise I'd need to hold on to them. And now what I'll do, I can actually lower the speed if I want and put it somewhere in the middle, and I'll just move my fabric around gently. And if I pull too fast, what I'll find happening is I'll see loops on the top of the fabric. And this doesn't mean I can't go faster, because I certainly can. And once you get accustomed to this, you'll find out that it sometimes does help you to move faster whenever you're quilting. Let me just stop it for a minute. Now, if this was the end, what I would want to do is needle up and pull my fabric away, go back and needle down again, and then I can pull the bobbin thread up. And this is the way you do it on a long arm, and I do it the same way on my domestic machine. And then I would cut both threads. That way I can take this and tie it off and bury it. You always want to look at the back to see what your stitches look like, and right now I have white thread on the bobbin, and I can see that my tension's still not right. And the way that you look at this is you look to see if your threads are being pulled into the center. So I like to think of this as kind of a tug of war where you have two loops. So if your top thread is being pulled down to the bottom and not in the center, then it means that you need to increase your top tension to pull against the bobbin thread. I hope that helps you.